Hee up top. Just be a bit careful here. I think he's dead. John Yoel, he does have the windlace. Not a move speed available. Q also piling in with the right clicks. Another fairy fire coming up. Teehee trying to live. But one last right click from Q. It does the work. Fine for Ken in the mid lane. Doing okay so far. 12 and 6 compared to 8. No, actually winning out against Mac here. Down bottom, 23 Savage. Uh-oh. Yeah, he's dead. Caught out by Rapido and Drake. Not enough damage. 23 Savage. In some trouble here. Living armor's not going to be enough. Still level 5 on the earth. So just needed 1 or 2 more creeps to hit 6. But unable to do so. Ken gets the kill. Yes, Ken actually gone. Oh, Ken's gone towards the bottom lane. He wants to fight 23 Savage. Knowing full well that the Enrage is still on cooldown. Coming back up in a second. Trying to TP out. Cancelled out by Teehee with the Ice Path. They will lose 23 Savage in the ball. Oh, smokes out and they get the Blink Crush out onto the Void Spirit along with the Mystic Flare, excuse me. Quick kill going the way of Nemesis. Troll has to be careful here. Oh, he's so dead, Ivory. Not able to protect that Troll Warlord. I mean, he should have known. I mean, no one was showing on the map the bottom wave of shot. Oh, here a Mystic Flare. It is out onto the Troll who got caught out in his jungle by jabs on the Slather. They're going to find the Jakiro as well back. Dominating streak here on the Ember. Ivory just struggling to put up a fight here against Nemesis. Mid lane, the Ember in some trouble, gets caught out by the Yule Scepter. They will commit the Ravage and find Mac. That is a pretty heavy commitment coming in from Ivory. Now, no more Ravage for a while and 23. Okay, gonna try and push into the mid lane. Try and go for that tier 1. They can still fight this if they want. They're gonna go in. They've got BKBs at the ready. Turn the attention towards the Troll. Jakiro's gonna fall first. And K, he doesn't have the Battle Trance, so he is just gonna have to pray to God and hope that he lives. Being run down by the Slather. Stolen Corrosive Haze out onto Jabs. As now Jabs alone on the front line has been hit by the dead in the water. They're trying to bring him down, but 23 Savage is here on the Ursa. Corrosive Haze laid out onto him as well by Drake, and is there up top, but K doesn't know about this, so it's not moving there, and looks like Nemesis should be able to get themselves this Roshan. Buyback coming out from the Jakiro. Ken's gonna show in. Rapido jumps into the pit. Anchor smashes out. Holds the Ursa up in the air. Who still has the BKB. There goes K inside the pit with the Battle Trance and the BKB on the Troll. 23 Savage now going in. Mystic Flare dropped along with the Ravage, but it's not enough. BKB was there. Mac picks up the Aegis on the Ember. Now it's time for a party as 23 Savage, he's gonna tuck his tail and run. And so is the Void Spirit, hit by the Nullifiers, slowed down by a little bit. Sibilate's there, but no longer has the Astral Step. I think he's just dead. Yeah, Jabs is gonna find that kill. And now Rapido might be in some trouble as well. Crush is there from the Slather. Yule Scepter out by the Nullifier as Rapido being run down. They will find the kill on the Tide. Oh, okay. Has to be careful up top here. Caught out by Jabs once again. The Battle Trance is going to be forced out. BKB is there if he wants to dispel the overgrowth, but he's surrounded by 3 heroes. No one's coming to help him. He is gone for good. Mac gets the kill. In the meantime, 23 Savage in the enemy triangle trying to 1v3, but he'll just BKB TP out. Nearly manages to take down Rapido on the Tide. On bottom, Ken has to be careful here. Jabs spots him out. Dissimulate in the wrong direction. He doesn't have another Astral Step in Jabs, and 23 Savages take him out. Okay, up top, has to be careful. He is smoked up, but he gets chain stun. He can die. Okay, he's not the one getting chain stun. It's gonna be Jabs. There's the Ravage coming out. Instant BKB and retreat from Jabs. 23 Savage pops the Enrage. Hold up in the air. Does have the BKB for now. Trying to pop the BKB and run away, but he no longer has the Enrage and no one's coming to help him. Jabs does not blink and crush. And they will lose the Ursa. Mac in the meantime takes out T. The Tidehunter in some trouble. He's going to be taken out as well. Mac looking for the cleanup here. He's got another Remnant at the ready here on the Ember. Charging forward. Spots out the Rubik. Drake in some trouble. There's the Aether Remnant. Telekinesis as well. Stolen Chains out by Drake. Jabs misses the crush. There's the Core Scepter. So John Yuel can't hit him with the Leech Seed. And Drake will live for now. Oh, down bottom, Void Spirit getting caught out once again. Q, he's got a full Scythe of Vice done on the Skywrath Mage. Uh-oh, up top, John Yuel in some trouble here, caught out on the Dream, but there's the Hex coming in from Q, catches K off guard, and he is dead. No chance to pop the BKB. He was a pig the entire time. The Jakiro in some trouble as well. Teehee caught out in the Ember. Well, just doing what he does best. Jumping around like a madman. Takes out the range racks first. Mac in the meantime controlling up the back line. Ken going in. Drops the Aether Remnant out onto the Ember. Instant Hex onto the Slather. There's the Ravage coming through. Okay, let's lose the Battle Trance. They're going to take down Jabs first on the Slather. In the meantime, Mac flying around on the Ember with his Remnants. Backs off and gets towards safety. 23 Savage. He is able to finish up the melee racks in the mid lane in the meantime. So Nemesis, I mean, that's a win for them. Sure, they lose their Slather, but that's completely fine. They got themselves the mid racks. Ken has to be careful here. Jabs is waiting in the trees. There's the crush coming through. Hex as well, along with the Mystic Flare. He is dead. 23 Savage finds the kill at the Enrage, and Ivory playing at a... Ken going towards the Wisdom Shrine. Jabs is going to be here as well. Misses with the crush. Ken trying to hide in the trees. He no longer has a step. Gets chained up on the Void Spirit. Gets an Astral Step. Walks away. 23 Savage still chasing him though. And Mac goes in with the Remnants. Takes out the Ember. Takes out the Void Spirit. Excuse me. Okay, there's the initiation coming in. Ravage out only onto one. The rest were BKB'd and raised up, so it doesn't matter. K in the meantime running out of the battle trance. He's gonna die. Buybacks in from the Troll Warlord. In the meantime, Mac jumping onto the backline with the BKB. Taken out 23 Savage the once. Mac has cleaned up the two supports. No buybacks on either of them. There's the Tide and the Troll buyback, but even picking up a Desolator, and he just drops the GG. Disconnects. That's going to be the game here. Nemesis, take game number 1.
Courier has gone to that big mailman cemetery.
Okay. Bit of Malice out up top along with the Firestorm. K in some trouble. K will fall. Q's the one who draws first. Blood trying to deny himself to the neutrals. Will not need to do so. Down bottom. Rapido. Did pop the Stampede. Ken in the Invis. Looking for an opportunity here. 23 Savage. Has to be careful here. Rolling Thunder is there. And Ken gets the kill. Taken easy with the Swashbuckle and the Shield Crab. John Yuel TP's in on the Phoenix here. Trying to survive. Rapido though gets caught out by the Corrosive Haze and the Slitherine Crush, taken down super quickly. And they are getting back towards top where K is farming. Oh, down bottom, 23 Savage in some trouble here. Gets caught out by the Rolling Thunder. Bit of Malice is there as well. The Roots coming in, although Mac comes in on the Slaughter, drops the Slithering Crush with the Corrosive Haze. They find the Bane elsewhere. Chronosphere out onto Ken. Do manage to take out the Centaur in the meantime, but Ken was able to clean up the Faceless Void. What on earth is going on in this fight? I mean, Nemesis, they get 3 kills, but they lose their carry, so I don't even know who comes out on top there.
Or maybe for friends, they look unpopular.
Mac has to be a bit careful here. I mean, he's just dead. Ken able to find him rather easily with that Rolling Thunder, and he's going for more here. Let's see if he can find the two supports as well on the side of Nemesis. I mean, Tommy Savage does TP in, but Shadow Demon is gone. John Newell has also been found. And Savage unable to do much, just a hand of Midas on this Void, and he's time walking back towards his tier 3. Oh boy. Disaster for TP. Mac in the mid lane. Getting caught out by Kenwell, doesn't get stunned up. There's a Stampede though. They're going to try and chase with this. Rapier gets in with a blink, and they're going to be able to find the Slardar here. A bit of Malice dropped by Jabs, but it's not going to be enough. John Newell trying to run away. Again, still rolling on through, but about to expire. 23 Savage just thinking about joining this again. No Maelstrom on the Voids. Mid lane, Rapido, caught out by the Pit of Malice, a Sunray burning him down. 23 Savage trying to find some bashes, but it's not needed. John Newell does more than enough damage at the Sunray, and they find the kill. 23 Savage down bottom, hit by the Nightmare. K is coming in, and they've got the Eclipse at the ready. Egg is going to get dropped, but I don't think it's going to make a damn difference. I mean, they might find Teehee, but that's all they're going to get. K is just way too tanky on the Luna to be found. They do lose the Bane as Mac comes in on the Slardar, but everyone is in full retreat mode, and Ken pulls up into a ball with the Rolling Thunder here. Vito goes in on towards the Phoenix, and John Newell without the egg, he is just dead. He gets himself the kill. Shadow Demon also ends up falling. And oh, Teehee up top. Well, he's just gonna get chronoed one man by 23 Savage. Unfortunately, he doesn't even have the damage to take out a goddamn Bane. That is just pitiful by Savage. As oh, Rolling Thunder out in the mid lane. Rapido, his creep was hit by the Inkswell and tried to move forward with it. It gets dropped as well, but doesn't do all that much. K in the meantime on the back lines, hit by the Purge and the Crows of Haze. He's taken out the one. Stampede coming in from Rapido as he blinks in, looking for a target to stop. There's the stomp out onto the Void. The Lucent Beam is there as well, and they find the kill. Oh my god, now Ken is in as well on the Pango. Mac doing his best on the Slardar, but there's a disruption save coming out for the Luna. And now the Fiend's Grip as well from Teehee out onto Mac as K turns his attention towards the Slardar, brings him down. It's only the two supports still surviving on the side of Nemesis, and Q, he is so incredibly out of position, he is dead. John Newell. Mid lane, Ken does have the Rolling Thunder. Bit of Man is going to stop him from now. There's the roll-up coming through from Ken. Is going to allow him to pop that Rolling Thunder. And no, the Faceless Void gets caught out there. 23 Savage stays stunned up. Can he live? No, he cannot. Rapido, he loses his life, but he finds the Void. A far more important kill. Nightmare out onto Ken. Ken will die though, as now K all by himself has to be a bit careful here on the Luna. We'll just commit the Eclipse to kill off the illusions. Allow Ivory to back off. Jabs, you can see he wants to chase, but just doesn't have enough damage by himself, and even with the Slardar. Smokes out in the top lane. Centauri's gonna pop the Stampede here. They spot out Jabs. They want to go for the Underlord. The Stomp's gonna come through. There's a Soul Bind as well. The double Lucent Beam along with the Rolling Thunder. Just a bit too much to handle. Savage, he pops the BKB. And while he has the Aegis, he's just gonna BKB TP out here. Leave his teammates for dead. Jabs, all alone, taken out by K. And man, this game is not... K spots out the Luna. There's the Fiend's Grip out onto the Slardar. Nice Chronosphere coming in from 23 Savage. It's a very good angle on the Sunray and the Egg. They're going to try and find Teehee. Satanic gets popped by K as he tries to fight through this, but the damage just might be a bit too much. They will find the Luna here. Nemesis finally getting one successful fight, and Mac, he wants more. He wants blood. He's going to find the Centaur with the help of 23 Savage. A triple kill for the Faceless Void here. It's Nemesis. Smokes out by Ivory. They're going to spot out Jabs here on the Underlord. He does have the BKB, but just getting changed on. No chance to pop it. Fiend's Grip is there as well, and they get the kill. Teehee. Somehow this man has crouched up an Aghanim Scepter. Nemesis to shreds here. Q's gonna go in, losing a bunch of HP, and well, K, he just blinks in on the Luna, looking to find the Shadow Demon, but Q's gonna be fine for now, although the rest of his team not so lucky. Faceless Void dies, and so does Mac. And I think that is probably it. 80 seconds no Slaughter, 60 seconds no Void. I mean, they're gonna try and hold on, maybe see if Ivory makes a mistake, but it's highly unlikely at this point. BKB popped by Jab as he's trying to run away. K with the all chat. TFO's in some trouble. Shadow Demon pops the disruption, but Rapido, it's on top of him. K, I mean, he's doing fine. He's just gonna be able to focus down the throne. This is game. Nemesis, gonna have to go to a game 3 to try and turn the series around. Wave, Kent salving up. Looking for the Blightstone on the Ember. And it is K who ends up drawing first blood up top, finding Jabs. And maxing out the Flame Guard. Looking for the Phase Boots next on the Ember. They're gonna try and make a move here for the Ember. Spirit Glimpse is there, but it's too little too late. Even 23 Savage teeping in on the Ursa for the kill. Down bottom, 23 Savage has popped the Enrage and some trouble here. Shadowwood's gonna be there though, and he's popped his Magic Stick and Fairy Fire as well. They'll find Rapido, but 23 Savage will fall. K comes in on the Weaver, time lapse at the ready. Ken also joins the fight on the Ember. It's back out with the Remnant. Desolator, you get a shot. You get it for approximately the same price, and you do it by having much more impact. I mean, you have much more impact while you have those items as they find Ken in the mid lane. Sorry, not Ken, they find Mac in the mid lane, excuse me. Down bottom. Playing Pulverize is there. They're going to try and burst the Ursa, but the Bushwhack was a bit off the mark, and the Ursa is fine. Rapido now forced to run away. They do find the Brewmaster up top, though. As Mac chases for the Primal Beast, trying to get stuck in that little ledge area, and 23 Savage will be able to get the kill. K shows up to the fight, but he's got no mana whatsoever on the Weaver. What a brave man. The Hoodwink will die as well. And K, yeah, time to call some clarity. So if he's going to pick up the Hurricane Pike, I feel like without the shot, he just don't farm as fast. Smack, gonna be spotted here. There's the Bushwhack, cancelling out the Rolling Thunder for the time being. Onslaught being looked for, but the silence was there from Q, preventing the Primal Beast from finding that stun. And now Mac with the Rolling Thunder, looking towards K. He will fall. Mac cancels the Rolling Thunder and pops the Swashbuckle. They get the kill. Ken shows up to the fight. He's got the Maid Slayer here. They'll find Q, but he's running a bit low on mana here on the Ember, and the Primal Split's gonna be there as well. The Ember is just dead. And now Rapido, sure, you can pop the Pulverize, but you're not gonna find any kills. Static Storm gets dropped, controlling up the Pandas, and Rapido just lucky to get out alive there, as two of his cores are dead. Like, I feel like without the shot, he just don't farm as fast. Smack, gonna be spotted here. There's the Bushwhack, cancelling out the Rolling Thunder for the time being. Onslaught being looked for, but the silence was there from Q, preventing the Primal Beast from finding that stun. And now Mac with the Rolling Thunder, looking towards K. He will fall. Mac cancels the Rolling Thunder and pops the Swashbuckle. They get the kill. Ken shows up to the fight. He's got the Maid Slayer here. They'll find Q, but he's running a bit low on mana here on the Ember, and the Primal Split's gonna be there as well. The Ember is just dead. And now Rapido, sure, you can pop the Pulverize, but you're not gonna find any kills. Static Storm gets dropped, controlling up the Pandas, and Rapido just lucky to get out alive there, as two of his cores are dead. Oh, mid lane, Hoodwink in some trouble. The silence is there, but seems like they found the Skywrath Mage first, and Mac is also dropping low. Okay, here to find himself a double kill, now looking towards Jean-Noel, who did pop the Golem early and didn't get much done with it. A triple kill for K. And he kind of just relying on the Rolling Thunder bounces to do some work for you. Maybe Jazz with the Primal Split can stun someone up as well. And speak of Jazz, it's a very nice two-man Static Storm coming out on the Ursa as well as the Brewmaster, but it's Rapier who's dying in it, as they've also found the Disruptor here. Nemesis, they bring the numbers and they win the fight. And IVORY gonna take a fight here. Jabs is gonna be the one who gets spotted. Rapido pops the Pulverize, but Jabs is very tanky. There's a Static Storm coming out though. Need a bit more damage flying through, and the Hoodwink with the Sharpshooter from long range helps taking out Jabs, and they find the Warlock as well. IVORY find a very successful fight after forcing out the Enrage from 23. Oh, Jabs spots out Ken, immediate Primal Split as he looks for a target. In the invis is the Weaver, but spotted by the Dust. It's gonna be bought down. 23 Savage shows up. BKB is popped, but it's about a minute remaining on the Aegis. Nemesis would love to get themselves the CO2 up top, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Tormentor up in a couple of minutes though. Savage prevents the TP out.
Hope Dire's middle tower is insured.
And mid lane, Onslaught is there onto the Ursa, and Rage gets popped, but there's the Pulverize controlling him up. The Aegis is going to expire here. If they buy 23 here, that'd be big, and there's a Static Storm coming through. No BKB available for 23 Savage. Oh, IVORY, what a mind-blowing outplay coming out, all thanks to Teehee. They've lost the Ursa for 60 seconds, and now could potentially look to think. Uses it now. Smokes up from the side of Nemesis as well. But 23 Savage, he's nearly done with the Roshan. IVORY, they're going to be super late about this. Jab pops the BKB, but they get the Roshan, so I don't think that's a big loss. Do IVORY still want to fight this though? Well, they know that there is no BKB on the Brewmaster. There's the Abyssal Blade out onto the Weaver, but he's got a full Butterfly, so doesn't take too much damage from the Ursa. Goes up to TP out from the Skyrap. HQ is out of the fight. There's Rapido going in with the Pulverize. BKB is there from 23 Savage, trying to turn around onto Rapido, but without the Enrage, taking a bit too much damage from K. And now without K, he might just die a second time. There's the Bushwhack coming through from Drick. They will be able to take out John Uel in the meantime as Drick gets hurt, 23 Savage gets hurled up in the air. Enrage coming back off cooldown in a bit, but it's not enough time. He will fall as now Ken moves forward. Hexed up, turned into a pig. The Mystic Flare dropped, but it's not enough to kill off the Ember. The Ember still charging forward, still looking for more. In the meantime, they've also found the Pangolier. As Ken looking to clean up the backlines. It's only Jabs who ends up surviving on the Brewmaster. So they lost the Pangolier in the mid lane. Okay, Shikuchi forward, and the Ember spots on the Warlock in the backline, quickly taken out. That's no goal for 49 seconds. They turn their attention towards the Pangolier, hit by the Static Storm and the Pulverize. He's going to be taken out. Ken, hexed up, stunned by the Abyssal Blade, but now the Earth has been turned into a big 23 Savage. Needs to pop the Enrage, but it's not enough. He will die through it. And looks like IVORY just might have done it. Nemesis in some trouble here. The double G's get dropped. And it will be IVORY proceeding further here in the Dream League Season 29 Southeast Asian Closed Qualifiers.